we're back.
Welcome to your Silver Circle. I'm Anita.
And I'm Mary Lee, and we're glad you're here.
Today, we're going to talk with someone very special. This is Mary Lee's guest.
This is Charlotte Baptie, and we're going to talk about a lot of different things. Charlotte is a doctor of occupational therapy and a certified lymphedema therapist. I hope I'm saying that right. And we're going to talk through what an occupational therapist does. Here's some tips from Charlotte. And then I also want to talk dance a little bit because that's how Charlotte and I met, was through that part of her life and a project that she with a Keys to Brain Fitness class. So we will just go ahead and get started. Just jump in. I know one of the things that we talked about and I'm particularly interested in is joint safety, because I took a tumble recently going out the door. And so I'm very aware of my joints right now.
So joint safety, I'm excited. And also, this is just really fun. So joint safety is like probably the most common thing I talk about with patients that I see on a daily basis. Most of the injuries I see, it's not usually the actual like acute injury that's the problem, but often it's overuse incorrectly that's the problem. And so in OT, or at least in my part of occupational therapy, I focus mainly on the upper extremity. And so I see hands, shoulders, elbows. We do see the whole body, but that's my main focus zone. And the biggest issue I see is usually poor joint mechanics of the hands. And like phones, I love them, but I hate them.
We're all,
we're all like this.
Part or this part or what are we?
All of it. So there's a new thing called texting thumb.
Yes.
And it's also called the mom thumb. So it's de Quervain's, and you can get it from texting or from like new moms usually have it from breastfeeding too.
Oh.
And so joint mechanics, like most people end up with like tennis elbow, golf elbow. Mm-hmm. You can get that from really bad joint mechanics of your hands. And so
from your hands can affect your elbow.
Yes, which then can even go up to affect your shoulder. And then your shoulder is the main area for a huge plexus of nerves. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times misuse of the hands can result in like numbness, tingling, and crazy things like that. So I usually just try to spend the first session going over what position do you sleep in? How do you hold your phone? What do you like to do for fun? And how are you doing it?
And how do you hold your phone in bed?
You get it on your nose.
I'm like on my side. I'm doing all the wrong things. I can already tell.
Well, and we're both writers, so we're also sort of interested in hand and wrist things because we see a lot of that in our colleagues are like us on the computer all the time.
Oh, that one is huge. Like I'll get people that come in and they say that they enjoy writing in their free time, that they worked a desk job where they're typing. So the big tip for that is you want everything at 90 degrees. So you want your computer, so your shoulder, elbow should be at 90, and then your hand and wrist should be at 90. And your screen should actually be eye level and not down and not up. Which
so that you're not like
like the middle of our screen.
Middle of your screen is perfect. Because anything cervical here can cause compression down this way. So we usually tell people like it doesn't have
you notice we're both straight.
I know. So suddenly I'm like, sit up straighter.
Everyone usually adjusts right away, and it's kind of funny.
It'll be the only video where we have really good posture.
Suddenly very aware.
But it can be so easy. Like I tell people, take phone books because nobody really uses phone books anymore. So if you still have them, take phone books and put that underneath your computer screen or put that underneath your keyboard and just use what you already have to build it up. I know they sell fancy equipment, but you don't really need the fancy equipment. So that's a good one.
With the fancy equipment, because I do have a desk that adjusts, and I know that you do too. It's getting it in the right place.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
And I wish they put that in the manual because, like, when you spend the
They
money on
don't.
it, don't you want to know how to use it too?
Right.
Right?
So that's my little joint safety for computer use. The biggest one I think that helps most hand conditions is we call it the functional C. So anytime you can lift something, you want to lift it palms up like this, which none of us do. Like right now, grabbing objects, I'm picking them up with my fingertips.
Yep.
Right.
And we don't really want to do that. If you can, you want to put it into your hands.
Oh.
So I usually equate it to, like, if you have a gallon of milk, you wouldn't carry it out in front of you like this. Your arm would get really tired and heavy super fast. You would bring it close to your body and get both hands to help, or one hand and bring it in to anchor it. So every object you pick up actually takes 10 pounds of force through the joints. So by the time it gets to the base of the thumb, a 1 pound object just got multiplied by 10.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So a
Yeah.
gallon of milk is like 80 pounds.
Especially if you're holding it out like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to bring it in
That's
close to the
crazy.
body. It is. And I mean, we hear people getting like hip surgery, knee surgery all the time, but your thumb joint is actually one of the most common spots for arthritis
Yeah.
because that's where we're doing all of our lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And
Mhm.
texting.
Yes.
Holding our phones.
Yes. So like
All of
those
things.
pop sockets, have you seen those before?
Yes.
Those can be great because you just put it in between the fingers there, and then you're not having to grip or squeeze, and you can use your other finger to do the texting.
Oh.
And a lot of times you can get those for free. I feel like they're a handout at random events kind of a thing.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
Yes.
Which is
They
nice.
And they have some cute ones.
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
To go with the cute phone
Can be
case.
stylish.
But that's a big one. The other huge one is sleep. A lot of people tend to sleep on their sides and they curl their wrists in. And
Yeah.
so we try to teach people that you want to actually have your hands open and flat, because when you sleep, you don't really think about your positioning. And so a lot of times people wake up with worse pain than they ended the day with,
Yeah.
because all night they were putting themselves in a compromised position.
Right.
So you were stressing that part of your body the whole time you're asleep.
Right.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So like prayer hands, are prayer hands okay?
Well, so okay, this one isn't quite my specialty, but I've heard not to avoid the face, because if you have any like jaw issues, it just makes it worse.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I've heard under the pillow is good.
Okay.
I generally tell people just anything that isn't bent is good, or prop with pillows. Like if you want to squeeze two pillows,
Okay.
because nobody really sleeps just on their back. Like
Right.
that just doesn't happen. That's not realistic.
But the main thing is not bent.
Yes, especially if you're someone that types or writes a lot. If you sleep with your wrist bent like this, you're more prone for carpal tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So are there any exercises you can do?
Oh yeah, there's a few, and they look kind of funny. So I call it like finger yoga. So the biggest thing is, I mean, it's all so interconnected. So if your shoulders off, your hands off, and vice versa. So your hand has like a little pulley system, and it's like a fishing rod that goes through it. And a lot of times when you have weakness or instability, those pulleys aren't working the way they're supposed to. So we try to get them to go right back through the loops and glide back and forth. So the first one that I always have people do, they're called the tendon glides, and they just keep everything moving like dental floss. So it's kind of like a little up hook. They're goofy positions, but at least it's not your like back exercises that you have to lay down for. So you can be at a red light and do these, and it's okay. Yeah, the first one, you just fix your fingers nice, straighten up to the sky.
Yeah.
And then you make this little hook position for the second one. And then the third one, you make a tabletop. And then the fourth one, you just close to a flat fist. And that's it.
Oh, you can do that.
So
Yeah.
they're super easy, but they're so good because if your tendons aren't fully using their full length, you're not firing as well as you could be.
So I can feel that down through my wrist.
Yeah, I
Really?
could.
Yeah.
So then those are a good one.
That doesn't sound like that's good. That sounds like I need to do this more.
No, not that. That probably just means you have wrist tightness, which is okay.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. But yeah,
But good to do,
But yeah.
especially after a day on the computer,
Yeah.
right?
these are super good. The other one, your little prayer stretch where you move side to side. So this is a double whammy because it's actually a nerve exercise, but it's also a good wrist stretch. So you kind of get a 2-for-1 in there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you just kind of and push as hard as you can, and then push side to side. And you should usually there's one side that's more tight than the other.
Okay, we'll look at the camera and we'll do this, and then this will be our thumbnail,
Right?
They look funny. They do look funny.
It's the twisting part where
Yeah.
it's like,
Yes.
oh, that's funny.
Yeah, you can definitely feel though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Other one is like a server. So you take your hand like a tray, and then you tip it away from your body. And you want to.
I won't go this
Yeah,
direction.
right. Whack in my face. I love it.
So this one is a great one. Same thing. It stretches your wrist, but it also keeps your nerves gliding.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
So those are great for anyone that types a lot, writes a lot, or does like repetitive actions. So even if it's gardening, like if you're going out and gardening, these goofy little exercises.
You're using your hands.
Yeah. And so it's just, how do you do it safer?
Well, and I have to think that what you said about being on the phone, I mean, we just, no matter your age, we are all on our phones too much of the time, and that can't be good.
Yeah.
And I actually, this last time, I just got a new phone. I got a smaller one because I was like, oh my gosh, that's
Yeah, it's big. It's like
too big.
They keep making them big, and
big hands.
And I'm like, oh no, that's like my hands tired from trying to reach around it. So probably putting the phone down is a good exercise, but some of these are great exercises to deal with some of the stress that your wrists might feel or your fingers might feel.
When you're doing these, and I know this is completely different. It may not be in your field of expertise, but if by strengthening like your thumb and these other joints, will that help with like grip strength or opening jars and such?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I'm starting to get to that point where, so I have leg cramps at night. So in the middle of the night, I'm always wanting to drink some pickle juice because the dill pickle juice, like boom, knocks them out. But
then your grip strength.
But my grip strength at 3:00 in the morning is not
there.
So will that help at all?
So yes, because if you safely strengthen the muscles supporting the joints, and if you start doing those like safer lifting techniques, you're going to have less strain. And so usually what happens is if someone comes in and they say they're dropping objects or they're having a hard time opening containers, we work on first, let's get your alignment right, which is all of this. And then next we work on strengthening. But to be honest, this is where I'm maybe not the best. Life generally strengthens your hands enough as it is. So I don't spend tons on that because, like you said, if you're doing these guys and your strength is working and getting you through the day, it usually is just fine from that. But these make the good base to go off of.
Okay. So I'm going to start doing more of these, and I'll report back if I can open my jars at night easier.
Yeah, if you can if not, there's a wonderful thing called Dyson, and it's super cheap, and it's a sticky plastic that I give my surgical patients, and it's sticky on both sides, and then you just twist.
Oh.
And it opens right away.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to worry about yours.
Right. It's like everybody knows, don't dump the jar of pickle juice.
Right. It's juice for a reason.
That's right.
Well, Charlotte and I met through dance, and Charlotte works as an occupational therapist at 21st Century Rehab. Is that,
yes.
Did I get that right?
Yes.
I'm doing it from memory, right?
That's impressive.
But we also had an interaction through the keys to brain fitness because they were looking for someone that had your expertise both as an occupational therapist and as a dance instructor. And this was a group of older adults, and Charlotte taught a routine to the group. The idea being that you're moving, so you're doing some good soft moves. We weren't doing any high kicks or anything.
Not that week. No,
Or I wasn't doing any high
me
kicks.
neither.
You were memorizing a routine,
Mm-hmm.
and you were also socializing. So you were hitting some of the key things
Yeah.
to keeping your brain fit as well. So could you talk a little bit about that experience too?
Oh, that was such a fun experience because I mean, you got to meet so many people from the community, and that was a blast. But I mean, it is so good for your brain. So they say the more you can keep learning new things, the healthier your brain is, and it keeps pruning, and the synapses of what you need stay fresh.
Stay
Um,
fresh, yeah,
and
yeah.
then
And
it's great.
this was a variety of people. I mean, it was different ages, men, women, and different levels of fitness.
But I mean, and it so worked. Like you had some people that had to do the whole class seated, and other people that, I mean, we had people like running in. So there were all sorts of options, but it was great because it encompassed like a little bit of health and a little bit of nutrition. And then there was like a target heart rate zone that we were trying to stay within the whole time. But then at the end, you had something fun that, I mean, if you ever did the dance again, it didn't really matter, but you had something to at least show and feel like accomplished with it too.
Yeah, the great thing for me is I think it accomplished all those things, but it was a fun activity
Yes,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So, that was part of it, and I think the group enjoyed it.
I think so too. I think it also helped that there was like the food portion because if there's food,
Right.
I'm in.
Little reward at the end,
That's
but
right.
healthy snacks. They
Yes,
were
I
they were
always
brain healthy
they
snacks.
were very healthy, and I mean, there was things that I had never had before too. Like I think there was seaweed or something one day,
Yeah,
so kind of
yeah,
fun. You're trying new things.
yeah. We'll put some information in the comments.
Like seaweed. There's
So
seaweed in our pantry because my daughter, her degree is in Japanese studies and language.
Oh,
And
cool.
so we have all that kind of stuff. And I'll see her just eating strips of seaweed like chips. And I'm just like, no. Yeah. I'm like, oh, God bless you people. You're so sweet. You tried the seaweed.
That's pretty
I
great.
think I tried the soy nuts or something, and chickpeas. There were
Oh,
chickpeas
yeah.
that were crispy. So I tried some things I
Yeah. Yeah.
hadn't.
Because you don't really like chickpeas so
No,
much. Yeah. That's good.
tried some things I hadn't tried before.
No, that was
Uh,
that was a fun experience. She did such a good job organizing all of that.
she does, and it's really good information, and it was great because it sort of took your two passions
Yes.
together, your passion for dance and your passion for occupational therapy and helping people. So that was great.
And like
That
you said,
was
and it was just fun. I think I laughed every time we were there.
So one of the other things I know we were talking about before was like lifting safely, that you had some tips on how to be safe lifters. Can you talk about that a little bit? Because I know as I've gotten older, just picking something up that I normally just bend down and pick up, every once in a while I get like a little twing, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. That's not
Yeah,
good.
I think part of the problem is, you're doing things that you used to just not think about at
Right. You
all,
just did
and you're
them.
like, "Oh my gosh, maybe
Yeah.
maybe I better pay attention to
Oh, don't
how I'm
sit
doing
cross-legged in my chair anymore. What do you mean?
what?"
No, it's one of those things that I mean, lifting is still great, and we usually encourage people to actually incorporate some heavy lifting into their life because it's so good for your bones at any age. But again, it comes to how you're doing it. So
Mhm.
if you stop doing it, you're going to lose the ability to do it. But if you're doing it incorrectly, you're right, you're going to get some of those back problems or things like that. So if it's small objects, like I said, the palms up is great. Pull it towards you and pull it in. If that's not an option, take the C shape and try to get it as close to the joint as you can so that you're not stressing these guys out.
Okay.
But if you're picking something up from the floor, the biggest thing is you want to engage your core. Sometimes I tell people to take an exhale as they go to lift it up because when you breathe out, you're actually contracting your abdominals. And so just that nice exhale to keep everything supporting. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the other part is not lifting from your back, which I'm really guilty of because, again, with dance, there's the flexibility part, so I can just bend down and grab it. But
Yeah.
you have to bend your legs, and like a hip width stance is really important because you never want what you're picking up to throw your center of gravity off. So
Mm-hmm.
thinking about like if it's a basket of laundry, first off, do you need to lift the whole thing at once, or could you do 2 trips of a lighter load and feel less stress from it?
So maybe making adjustments.
Yes,
Yeah.
modify so that you can keep doing the activity you want to do rather than doing it once, suffering through, and being wiped out for the day.
Yeah.
So, like the whole putting things on your stairs to carry up system, my mom used to always do that to us. But, like, it makes sense. Like, just have people pick it up as they're going up. And then,
Maybe not bring all the groceries in from the car in one trip.
yes, even though you want to so bad.
Were you watching me the other day? I know you can see.
No, I'm thinking of Tim. I'm thinking of my husband, who's like, for some reason, it all needs to come in at once. And
Well, I
we
just
could
don't want
make
to go back
multiple
outside.
trips,
You can. You can.
It,
That's
it
just
feels
easy.
wrong.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, the bags aren't that heavy. And you're like, you got them all up the arms, and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
oh,
It leaves
Yeah,
the marks
that's
for a little
probably
bit.
not a good technique.
yeah, I probably should stop doing that.
Well, I've seen more people, and I don't know if it's living in an apartment, but have you seen the little wagons people use now?
Yes. Yes.
And those are great. And then people can use their grocery bags that they want to bring from home too. Like, there's a lot of
Yeah.
wins out of that. You've got your own
Hmm.
Yeah.
bags coming in, you've got a wagon, and you don't have to carry things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great
I
idea.
like that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
But yeah, just seeing how you can modify or distribute the weight of things throughout the bags. Um, if it's laundry tends to be a really big one where I see people get their backs strained a little bit. So I keep going back to that one. But maybe not buying even the laundry basket that's so big you can fill up all the way. Like stick with a smaller one so you have to limit what you put in it. Um,
Yeah.
Otherwise, those big hampers, they're great because you don't have to do laundry for a while. But
Yeah.
But they can get heavy.
Well,
yeah.
I wish when I did it last, I was just picking up laundry, but I think I was picking up a tissue the dog had shredded. And so I was just like bent over, just trying to pick up,
Oh, yeah.
like doing the bouncy thing. And yeah, I think I just needed to slow down. So
Well, that's the other hard part. The slowing down part, it's so important, but it's hard to do.
yeah, your suggestion about the stance, I think
Mm-hmm.
had I been doing something like that, I wouldn't have been turning and picking turning. And so I'm going to try to remember to do that. That's a good tip.
And usually I just say hip width or shoulder width. Like it's something
Yeah.
within that parameters is good to go. And more from your legs and using your glutes than from your arms and your back. You really shouldn't feel it too much here when you just go down to pick something up.
I got to
Yeah.
find my glutes. They're I don't know, menopause hit and they just
So we go to the e-gym twice a week. And so the machines work you through
Oh,
the
nice.
different muscle group,
yeah.
which we're really enjoying.
Yeah. It's good. I always appreciate having done it.
Like I like the machine things just always seem more exciting, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it adjusts, and I think that's part of what makes it work
Yeah.
is it's adjusted. Like I'm when I get on a machine, it's different for me
Yeah.
than it is for Anita. You swipe in and it adjusts. But then also it when I started out, I'm like, I'm probably going to have to start at the remedial. I've been in a desk job for 30 plus
Yeah.
years. I'm really out of shape. But as you get better, as
Yep.
you get stronger, it does a strength test and you can
Oh,
do
cool.
more.
Yeah.
So That's
That's
been a
so
really great
cool.
part of
After every, I think it's 6
times.
sessions,
Hmm.
yeah, then you do a strength test,
Oh,
which
that's
is
so
nice.
cool.
Yeah. And then you'll be like, "Oh, I have to do strength testing. Yeah, I'm not really feeling it, so I'm gonna pass."
I confess, I did that
Yeah,
this week.
this last time we had just come back from vacation, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't think this is a good time to be doing a strength test. I'm gonna get you on the next 6."
We've been running around Scotland for 2 weeks
Yeah,
and
yeah.
not working out, so maybe not the time to do the strength
No,
test.
no, that wasn't a good time.
Well, we really appreciate you coming and talking to us. Is there anything that you wanted to cover that we haven't thought to ask?
Oh, one common one. So I recently got lymphedema certified, and this is one I've been seeing. I don't know if anyone has like varicose veins or any of those issues, or even like end of the day leg swelling. Um, but that one's been a fun one that I've been learning and now adding into practice. And it's one that often I'm learning doctors are fantastic, but their plates are full, so they usually just say throw a compression sock on it and call it good.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But there's actually some great tricks you can just add into your day that help if you have any end of the day swelling, or if you have like the genetic components for varicose veins. So that one's kind of fun. And it's really, I mean, a little bit of elevation, a lot of hydration, and then there's just like a little massage component that goes with it. But the fact that I think it's more manageable than I think people think it is kind of the
Oh, I think that's true.
Yeah,
I think people think, "Oh, I just have that," and there's not
yeah.
anything I can do, especially because the trip to Scotland was a long
It's a long flight.
flight.
that's a long flight.
That's
3 different planes and 17 hours later, we made
we
it.
made it. But but yeah, I mean, definitely my legs were swollen.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's what
And
I'm
what
excited about. Like it means that there's things we can do for it versus
Mhm.
I think sometimes you notice it and you're like, "Oh, bummer, what do I do with this?" But then you go on Google and the answers are all terrifying.
Terrifying, yes.
So what is the certification again, and what did you call it?
So it's lymphedema. So basically, it can range from like your light swelling during the day, but it's education on the lymphatic system. And
Okay.
so, I mean, you see it a lot with like if you have vein insufficiency, if you've had cancer. I have a lot of cancer patients that their medication causes swelling.
Mhm.
And then sometimes it's just, I mean, pregnancy is one that can cause swelling and how to manage it. I know there's a big trend for like the TikTok, how to lymphatic drain your face and
Oh my
things like that. But it is true. Like there are tricks on how to make your face less puffy.
I always thought that was just drink less alcohol.
I'm from
Let's
Wisconsin, so
call it
that's not an option.
we do like our alcohol.
Yes. But yeah, it's
Well,
really
that's
fun and it's options for people. And I think that's the biggest part I've learned so far in the year I've been doing it is that they're kind of the things that session 2 or 3 with a patient they'll bring up that have been bothering them. And I ask them, "Oh, did you tell your doctor about this?" And they go, "No, because a lot of those visits are so fast."
Yeah.
that
That's a
can be
good point.
true.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
So just more options, and there's easy solutions that are a little bit of lifestyle, but then sometimes a little bit of modification that can actually get all of that to go down completely,
That can make a difference.
which is huge.
So
Like water retention, then, like a lot of times people think they're gaining weight, and you're not actually. It's just water.
mhm.
Mhm.
So if somebody decides they want to go see an occupational therapist, like what are some tips for them? Like how do they find one? What should they be looking for? How do they vet that a, the occupational therapist would be a good fit
Mhm.
for them?
And that's an important part too. Is you need to find somebody that's the right fit for you because there's so many therapists out there. It's like a doctor too. Some are the good fit, others they're really smart, but they might not be the fit for you.
Mhm.
Um, I think the biggest thing is most clinics offer free screens. I say go in with your problem list or whatever you think, even if it's tiny. Go in with it, and that's what we really like to address is anything whole body and lifestyle. Like for me,
Okay.
OT is about how do we get you back to the things you like doing rather
Mhm.
than how perfect do you need. I don't really care if it's perfect or not. If you can do it and you're happy with it, great. Um, so most clinics offer free screens, and then the great part of Iowa is for physical therapy and occupational therapy. If you are a new patient, you don't need a referral unless you're like Medicare, Medicaid, or AmeriGroup. But even then, you can go in, schedule an appointment, call the front desk of most clinics, and you can get an appointment. And then we can usually send your note to your doctor if we need approval. And then,
If a referral's needed.
yes.
Oh, great.
Mhm.
But like if you're on other private insurances, generally your referral isn't needed and you can just start treatment that day.
Oh, that's good to know. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's fast. And like if you do a free screen, usually they take the information they got from the screen, they tell you if you even need the services or not. So it doesn't hurt to just go in and see. Um, and now a good therapist will, most therapists will tell you like, yes, you do or no, you don't. Every once in a while, you get the ones that are like, of course you do. But just go in, see what they're about, see if you like their personality, if it matches well with your goals, because the therapist is making goals for you throughout that whole session. So if the two goals align, I say give it a try. And if you don't like it, you can always quit.
Mhm.
What does a free screening entail? What happens?
So generally when I do a free screen, I just want to know like what's interrupting your life, what's interrupting your routine, what are you not able to do as well or as much as you like to do? Is there pain? Is there swelling? Any numbness or any tingling? And it's more so you giving your story. And then if there's any things that pop up little red flags in my brain based off that, we run little tests and diagnostics and see if you have any specific diagnosis that it fits or if it's just how do we modify and adjust.
Mhm.
Perfect. Okay, so that
Yeah.
sounded super easy. So if
Mhm.
you're anybody listening or watching, you're thinking you need to see an occupational therapist, that sounded really easy.
Yep,
Just
that's your
do it.
place to start.
Yep,
Yep,
do
if
it.
you've been thinking about it, and I think too that sometimes people, and I'm guilty of this too, wait until they're in
Yes.
a lot of pain
Yes.
Or
or
you can't
wait
move.
until
Yeah,
yeah,
you can't even
it's
move.
become serious. And what I heard you saying was if there's something that's limiting to you, if there's something that where you're not able to do what
Mhm.
you'd like to be able to do or what you used to be able to
Yeah.
do, that it would be worth having that screening and seeing if there's a fit there for making some
Yeah.
changes and doing some work to improve that.
Absolutely. Like if we can catch it early, it's so much easier to fix and resolve than if we're playing catch up with it already.
Yeah.
Yep. So listen, people, don't wait until you're in a ton of pain.
That's
Don't wait
right.
until you can't move. Uh,
Like you're probably already watching us on your phone or your
right?
computer. So just pop open a new tab, type an occupational therapist near me.
Yeah.
And it's
And
pretty cool. Like I mean, it's pretty efficient and usually by the first or second session there's something we can at least give you some relief or some education on that hopefully fits whatever that goal is.
mhm.
Super.
Perfect.
All right.
Well, we will put Charlotte's information
Yep.
in the show notes and some information also on the keys to brain fitness in the
Yep.
show notes. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them and we probably can't answer them, but
Nope. But we can bring Charlotte back, and then she maybe can answer some for
I would
you.
love that.
yeah, and as always, we're interested in talking about the things that all of you want to
Yep.
talk about. So if you have suggestions for topics you'd like us to cover, please let us know.
If you want to join our newsletter, pop on over to our website, yoursilvercircle.com, and you can sign up there. or you can email us from the website if you have questions, comments, or suggestions also.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so
That's
much,
it.
Charlotte, for joining us.
Thank
It's been
you.
fun. We learned a lot.
We did. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna try to remember to do them.
Yeah, we'll report back.
Thank
All
you.
right. Well, thank you very much. And it's a wrap.
Bye.
Bye.